Welcome back to Real Life Recaps. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hello, and welcome to today's video. The first story has a trigger warning for abortion. The first story was posted by their AL Deal Meal 2002. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to repair my relationship with my sister-in-law after she called me a murderer? I'm 22 female, and my sister-in-law Jess, 21, name changed for privacy, and I don't get along. Here's why. A little over a year ago, I moved back to my hometown with my boyfriend Bob, who lived with his brother Jess and their child. Since Jess was my only friend at the time, we became close. Everything was fine until I found out I was pregnant. Jess was initially supportive, but when my doctor recommended an abortion due to health concerns, Jess's attitude changed drastically. She went on several Facebook rants, calling me a murderer, and saying that God would make everything okay if I just kept the baby. I hadn't shared my situation widely, but Jess made it public, posting about it online and telling Bob's family and friends. I started receiving nasty messages from her family, begging me not to go through with it. Her mom even offered to adopt the baby. Despite the pressure, I followed my doctor's advice and had the abortion. The atmosphere in the house became unbearable, so Bob and I moved out shortly after. Since then, Jess has been openly hostile. She constantly talks behind my back, calling me a dirty whore due to my past as a stripper and adult performer. After Bob and I married in February, she even asked him if he really wanted to be with someone like me. We ended up blocking her on all social media and phone numbers. Jess claims I ruined her relationship with Bob, but other family members say they were never that close. She also accuses me of taking Bob away from his family, though we see his family at least 3 times a week. Since we blocked her, Jess has used free texting apps to contact Bob, sending late-night messages like, "You up?" despite being married herself. Recently, I found out I'm pregnant again, this time with a healthy pregnancy, and I'm now 9 months along. Jess has been trying to reconnect, saying she wants to start over, but I don't trust her, especially since she's still talking behind my back and even asked Bob if he'd get a paternity test. Bob has supported me throughout, repeatedly telling Jess to stop. Despite blocking her, she keeps finding ways to contact us. So, am I the a-hole for refusing to rebuild a relationship with her after everything she's done? And now onto the comments. Comment 1. Not the a-hole. Jess is caustic, and I would continue to be no contact with her. Can you imagine when your child is older, Jess telling it that you ended its sibling? Comment 2. Jess has proven she can't be trusted. Staying no contact is the best way to keep your family safe from her drama and negativity. Comment 3. Not the a-hole. She'll get sued for defamation of character. Comment 4. Caustic is amazing, need to remember that one. OP, don't let that psycho betch close to you, or your child who knows what she'll do. Last comment, not the a-hole. You made a medical decision, and that is between you and your doctors. I would be very suspect that Jess suddenly wants in with the new baby. She ran your name through the mud once. Why wouldn't she tell your new child how mommy is a bad person that ends babies? Sounds like Bob is firmly on your side, so move on from crazy pants. And congratulations on the new baby. Best wishes for a safe delivery and healthy little one. This is a frustrating story. The fact the sister-in-law was so into the OP's business, which is not her business at all, and then shamed the OP on social media is beyond words. But what do you think about this story? The second story was posted by Turbulent Humor. 2925. Am I the a-hole? Here for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because her friends are racist? I, 29 male, white American, have been dating my girlfriend, 27 female, Indian American, for almost a year, but I am seriously contemplating ending things with her because most of her friends are genuinely racist, and she doesn't seem to care. My girlfriend was raised in India until she moved to the States when she was 16 and is pretty Americanized but keeps in touch with her Indian roots and has mostly Indian or Indian American friends. When I first started dating her and met her friends, they would make some off-color jokes like, "This relationship is definitely temporary. Her family won't accept a non-Indian." Or, "Can't believe she's dating a white guy to my face." I thought they were just joking, but as I've gotten to know her friends, they've said a lot of blatantly racist things. For context, we live in the San Francisco Bay Area, where there is a diverse population, including many Indians who work in tech. Her friends are grown adults, mostly Indian men, aged 25 to 35, who are highly paid tech workers, including some who are even managers. Here's just a selection of things I've heard them say. They should lay off the DEI teams at work. Black or Hispanic people are statistically not as good of engineers. We should just hire more people from India who are proven, but America is too racist to accept this. I'm okay working with East Asians, but I would never promote them to management because they're not good leaders. A lot of Indians are gifted with technical and leadership abilities. Just look at who runs Silicon Valley. Meanwhile, Pakistanis are gifted with an ability to blow themselves up. It's super concerning to me because these people are supposed to be educated professionals, and many work at very large, very prestigious tech companies. I've talked about this to my girlfriend, but she usually brushes it off and says, "That's just how Indians are," or "They're just kidding." Recently, one of our couple friends, a Chinese-American guy and Indian-American girl, both born and raised in California, broke up because the guy was unhappy that the girl's family and some of her friends didn't accept or approve of him. They were dating for 3 years and were thinking about marriage, but the girl's family didn't approve, and that group of friends treated him pretty terribly. They would call him Chow Chow, mockingly, and were generally dismissive of him. My girlfriend told me she couldn't believe how the guy broke off their relationship because of that reason and argues that he should have fought for it and made it work. I didn't have the heart to tell her that I felt the same way. It took a while for her parents to be okay with me, but they're still not fully approving of our relationship. Her friends told me, "It could be worse. They're more likely to accept you because you're white. You would have no chance if you were black or Chinese. We think those people are on the bottom of the list." I've been overall appalled at the company my girlfriend keeps, but I like her a lot otherwise. It really hurts me that she doesn't care and never speaks up when her friends say insanely racist things. Am I the asshole for wanting to break up with her because of this? And now on to the comments. Comment 1, not the a-hole. Her friends are only part of the problem, in that it sounds like your girlfriend has the same beliefs as well. OP replied, "I've never heard her say anything racist in the time I've known her. In her personal life, she seems accepting of people of various backgrounds, but she's just very okay with her friends holding these views." Comment 2. Your friends are a reflection of who you are. If she didn't believe or tolerate these things, she wouldn't want to be anywhere around them. As the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. OP, no one should have to tolerate such abusive behavior. I would never let my SO be exposed to something like that. Your instincts are correct. Run away. And she clearly doesn't deserve someone like you. Comment 3. That stood out to me, too. I couldn't imagine letting my partner be treated, spoken to like that under any circumstances, but especially from people close to me. They'd be ex-friends, and my parents would be made aware that if they want to maintain a relationship with me, they'd have to be genuinely supportive or at least keep their opinions to themselves in every way. As in, even the vibe my partner got would have to be supportive even if it isn't how they really feel. Op, you deserve better, and it's telling and alarming that she doesn't feel that way. You have the perfect example of someone setting boundaries and leaving when they aren't respected. Perhaps talk to him about how he felt and how you're feeling, and consider if the relationship is worth being abused constantly. Seek support from the only person with enough common decency to set and uphold the boundary of not just tolerating abuse for the sake of it. This last story comes with an update, but he had deleted his original post, and so it starts with the "Am I Overreacting" update post about the OP's wife and friend, and it was posted by BrightAd6941. Am I overreacting update? I think my wife and friend are having an affair. I posted here a few days ago about my 39 male wife, 37 female, and my friend Ryan. I'm not sure if anyone remembers me, but the short version is my wife has confessed to me numerous times my friend Ryan is attractive and her favorite friend of mine. This followed up with when we ran into Ryan and his long-term girlfriend while we were out, and they had a long hug, leaving me standing there and feeling like a third wheel. Anyways, I deleted my account due to the fact I thought I was being paranoid and tried to move on and trust them. But today is my NFL Week 1 party, and last night she asked me again what time Ryan was coming. Shortly after she showed me multiple outfits she was thinking of wearing, all which included extremely tight shorts, tank tops, etc. Now today, I have this nagging feeling in my gut about everything. Am I overreacting for being so suspicious of her and my friend? And a new update one day later says, am I the a-hole, here wife having an affair with my friend? Update after Sunday. Posting a follow-up after our get-together yesterday since I've had a lot of requests. Everything seemed pretty normal beforehand. She took like an hour to get ready upstairs before everyone was going to get there, which is normal for her. When Ryan showed up, they hugged again, which seems to be their greeting now. I've never seen her hug any of my friends, and normally wouldn't bother me much, but when she tells me she's attracted to him and lights up whenever she hears his name, it draws my suspicion. We always watch the games in the basement, kinda a man cave setup. During the first game, I noticed he was upstairs for about 5 minutes, and I needed a beer anyways, so I headed up. They were talking in the kitchen, standing a foot or two apart. He came downstairs with me. After the first game, we were all outside, and when we came back in, they were sitting on the couch chatting. I observed their behavior and didn't really notice anything else. After everyone left, I talked to her like everyone keeps suggesting. I noticed you and Ryan talked a lot today. What were you guys talking about? She said they were talking about his girlfriend and their summer. She says she always hangs out with Ryan when all my friends are over because he's the only one that's easy to talk to, and he's laid back. He's invited us to join him and his girlfriend at his family's cabin on a lake numerous times. It's about 3 hours away. He invited us again next weekend as he's locking up for the season, and it's his last trip there for the year. I said I'd let him know. Another thing I noticed yesterday morning before everyone came over, and is any time I brought him up, she literally smiled. I asked, "What are you smiling about?" She just brought up some random memories with them, but it stood out to me. And his final update, confronted wife about her and my friend, update. This will probably be one of my last posts regarding my wife and friend. The background is all in my history, but the short version is my wife expressed that my friend Ryan was attractive and that he was her favorite of my friends. Then came the long hugs whenever they would see each other, which felt super awkward for me. Finally, whenever we would all hang out in a group setting, I'd always find them talking on their own, having their own private conversation. I know I was becoming obsessed over this, and last night after dinner, I told my wife we wouldn't be going to Ryan's cabin with his girlfriend this weekend because I had to work Saturday. This created a huge blow-up. Her upset because she was looking forward to it and had gone bathing suit shopping that day for the weekend. Anyways, I snapped and asked, "Is there something going on between you and him? You already told me you thought he was good-looking, and you two have been acting weird together." This caused a huge blow-up. Waterworks, crying that she'd never cheat on me and that I don't trust her, followed by some name-calling. Eventually, she said, "Maybe we should just have an open relationship if I think she would do that," which came out of nowhere. After this, I got mad and left the room and went down to the basement. I left for work early this morning, and we haven't talked since. So anyways, I tried to talk and it went horribly. Thanks everyone for the support. Edit. She just texted me and apparently she's going to the cabin with Ryan and his girlfriend with or without me. She says she already talked to them. I called Ryan, but he says he doesn't want to get involved and to just let him know either way. And now on to the comments. Comment 1. That was a moment of truth. Comment 2. You really think I would do that? Well, just because you'd even suspect that I would want to, I actually will do it. But I never wanted to before. Actually, a mentally 5-year-old woman. Comment 3. Ha 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 ha. I've been told the same. Because you told me you thought that would happen, it happened. She screwed a guy she wasn't really into, because before that I had a similar conversation before it happened. She said it was a one-time thing. LOL. Just because we think it could happen doesn't mean it will. We aren't that good of a hypnotist. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. What do you think about these stories? What kind of advice would you give to these 3 OPs? Thank you for watching, and have a great day.